Hey folks, it's GHondo here, and I'm getting ready to start a new series of one of my favorite games of all time, Oxygen Not Included. I haven't played this game in quite a while. Last I played it was probably 2019, I'm going to say, somewhere in that neighborhood. So it's been a long time. Let's get into it. Probably let's do no sweat. Like I say, it's been a long time, and I'm not feeling super confident. Did pick up the Spaced Out DLC, got a chance to watch the cute little intro video, that was hilarious, loved it. But haven't actually played any of it since. I basically just popped in to make sure it worked, and that was as far as I got, so let's try Spaced Out. Yeah, I have no idea about any of this, so let's say we just click re-roll 3 times and go with that. 1, 2, 3, whatever this is, we'll go with it. Metal rich slime molds, caves, yeah, this all sounds lovely. Oh, I guess that's some other target. I guess ours is just a Tyrannia. Alright, fair enough. I'm sure that's all lovely. Ideal's good. Sure. Yeah, let's go with all that. No idea, we'll take it. I will copy this seed into the description of the video if you want to play along. I obviously don't expect you to memorize it, because I certainly am not. Boom. Well, let's go. Okie dokie. If this takes too long, I will pause the video. Hopefully it's just about done. Having said that, it's going up and down and up and down. Oh, okay, it's done. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, I've installed a bunch of mods, and I think one of them is what's letting me actually do the re-rolls here, because I don't remember from when I was playing before if I was actually allowed to have a re-roll individual ones. I think, if I remember right, you had to re-roll the whole set, and it was really, really hard to get ones you actually wanted. But anyway, we will definitely be wanting a digger of some description. Okay, I'm not sure that that's helpful. Okay, wow, that sounds excessive, doesn't it? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pause the video, re-roll till we have some dupes, and I'll come back to you in just a second. Just hang in. Okay, and we are back, and these are the dupes I've come up with. We'll go over them real quick. So we start off with Catalina here. Obviously, she's our digger. Now, it's not a huge bonus off the bat, but she does have the mole hands, which is a pretty hefty bonus. And this will go up pretty quickly, like because she'll be digging all the time. That'll come up pretty fast. This also lets her be a little bit capable of being a doctor, although we probably, all things going well, won't actually need one for quite a while, so I'm not worried about that. The little bit of building, that's just a bonus, no big deal. She can't cook, don't care, doesn't matter. Stinky here is our researcher. As soon as I saw that, I knew I had to have him, because that's just insane. The bit about decor, don't care. The bit about construction, don't care. He's just going to be bashing out science left, right, and center. And finally, Jean here, our builder. Green Thumb, helpful I suppose as a backup farmer, although the builder's going to be so busy, probably won't matter. And can't be a doctor, don't care. Again, hopefully don't actually need it. I just clicked this button a whole bunch of times, came up with a super dimension. That will do. Let's go. So again, hopefully this doesn't take a terribly long time to load, and if it does, I will pause the video again. Oh, never mind, that was like almost instant. Cool. Okay, leave this on the screen for a second. I'm assuming anybody watching has played Oxygen Not Included a million times or watched it a million times. Probably doesn't need to see that, but just in case, we'll leave that. Alright, here we go. So let's have a look at what we've got. So, as always, you always start in a biome that's considered relatively safe. So there's always going to be some oxalite to give you some food to get you started. So you can at least start. You might always go anywhere after that, but you can always at least start, and that's very good. So let us, right off the bat, get some work queued up for these people. I tend to like to just dig a little bit to the right and quite a bit to the left, but that will get them going. So they can start that, and we will get some... Oh, I've forgotten where all the things are. Priorities. Yes, here we go. Okay, so generally anything that's colored in they're good at, so that's always a good place to start. Otherwise, I'm not going to worry about this too much early on. Later on, I may tinker with this, but for now, not too worried about it. The only thing I will do, oops, apparently I will close is what I will do, is I'm going to set researching off for everyone except Stinky, because I don't want anyone else wasting their time when he could be doing a fantastic job of it. But anything else, I don't mind any of them doing, so. Hopefully the volume settings are okay, and that they come through all right. On my side, the sound of them digging is almost deafening, so hopefully it doesn't come through that on the video. If it does, I will have to try to find a way to adjust. Because like I say, on my side, absolutely deafening, but hopefully on the video it comes out okay, not too loud. Anyway, so we'll let that go. Alright. Now we need to get them right off the bat. They are going to need outhouses. It doesn't really matter if we go left or right. Yeah, it doesn't terribly matter. Let's just plunk a couple of them down. Oh, there's going to be tons of tutorials. That's fine. And the other thing they're going to need pretty quick are some beds. And again, it doesn't matter where I put them. These are, of course, very, very temporary, and as you know, there is nothing more permanent than a temporary solution. So, but hopefully they actually will be temporary. And they certainly will. I mean, for sure we'll be upgrading the outhouses to actual toilets later, and much after that we'll be upgrading the beds to probably something out of plastic, if I remember correctly. I think they're called comfy beds or something not far from that, so. But that's all much down the line, because we are nowhere near the point where we're going to worry about plastic, let alone having any. So that will be fine. I want them to build at least one of these before I give them any other build orders. I want to make sure they have at least one. I don't worry so much if they have all three, because with only 3 dupes you don't really need that many, but you definitely need at least one for sure. Otherwise, you're going to have little yellow piles everywhere, and I think you can figure out what they are. Okay, and colony achievement, that's going to be for having an outhouse, right? Yeah, bed and bath. I'm pretty sure everybody gets that achievement, because if you don't, you haven't played for more than about 5 minutes. Alright, so where are we going to actually dig out to? So obviously we're going to need to dig down for some water, or up for some water, but I think it'll be easier to dig down. So let's get a ladder going. Where do I want to build this? I'm probably going to want to section off this as a room. It's probably not going to stay a bedroom, but I'm going to want to section this off as a room. So I probably want, I usually like to leave a gap, like put a ladder in the center and a gap on each side. One side for a pole and the other side just for airflow. So I think let's do it that way. And actually that kind of works out, puts me right in between the 2 pools, so I don't have to worry about them getting soaked yet. But let them dig and build all of that. That will take them quite a while. But it will give them something to do so they're not bored. And we can probably bring the speed up a bit. Fantastic. We will obviously have to build an oxygen generator at some point, but these oxygen lights will last quite a while. So I'm not super worried about that. We are going to have to get rid of that in order to build our ladder though. Because that's going to be very much in the way. Having said that, I was pretty sure I had installed a mod that lets you build over plants and it would automatically uproot them. So clearly that mod is not working, or I forgot to install it. And at this point, I'd say it's 50-50 either way. But regardless, I will sort that out. On the topic of mods, I will put the mod list up on Steam, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to play along, and as well I'll put the world seed so you can have the exact same asteroid that I have, and then you can tell me exactly how I did everything wrong and how you would have done it so much better, and you'll be able to prove it. It'll be awesome. Okay, so yeah, there's hardly any actual gas in here. This must have been almost a vacuum. And now, because I'm only working on one thing, only 2 of them can work on it, means you're standing around bored. Can't have that. Let us get going with... Where'd it go? Stations, right? Yes. Let's get a basic research station going, and we will need power for it. This, again, very, very, very temporary. We don't need a battery. We'll just plunk that there for now. This is ugly and horrible and temporary. And I hope it stays temporary because this is not good. Alright, so we have a polluted water pit here and a ton of terrible gas that we don't want to get involved with yet, but we'll probably have to. Not a problem. Yes, it's going to complain about food sources as well until we actually get some plants, but until we get some research going, we can't even figure out how to do that. Because the only thing we know how to make is the microbe mushroom, and that just makes absolutely terrible food that we are not going to do. Hopefully at all. Ever. If we get to a point where I need to make microbe mush, then we have done something terribly, terribly wrong. Alright, so we have generation. Let us now get some research. Okay, it's been a while since I've looked at this, and with the DLC and extra mods and all that, there's all sorts of stuff over here I have never seen before. Good stuff. But the stuff on the left here should all be the same, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, definitely. We always want to start here so we can get some oxygen generation and basic composting and food. So that is critical, critical, critical. I would really prefer Stinky actually researching somebody else run on the wheel, but I guess I'll have to muck around with the priorities, but I'll do that later on. For now, I'm just going to kind of let them do whatever they want to do, which apparently, right as I scroll over, is to go and have a wee trip to the old outhouse. Good times. And yes, I don't have any way to get rid of germs yet because I haven't tapped into the water, but I guess that's got to be a priority next. Do we start with... Okay, yes, we do start with a basic pitcher pump. Good. Okay. So what I want to do, I always do rooms basically as 4 by whatever, so... For example, the next floor would be here. 2, 3, 4, and the next floor would be here, for example. Which means the pitcher pump's going to go, yeah, kind of about here. We will have to dig. I can't believe it. I actually remembered some of the keys, like that G, for example, is dig. Can't believe I remembered that. It has been so long. I thought for sure I would have to go look all them up. I'm actually kind of impressed. I recorded an episode of RimWorld earlier and could not remember any of the keys, despite having played at least as much RimWorld as I have Oxygen Not Included, and just as long ago. But I couldn't remember any of the keys there, and here I'm actually doing okay. I don't know if that's good, bad, or just completely coincidental. I don't know. Funny how the brain works. Yes, I know you're very low on air. See, there's all sorts of air up here. Go get that. Or dig this out and you can actually get at your air. How's that sound? There you go. That'll help the airflow a bit. Although the problem, of course, is they're breathing out carbon dioxide, which tends to drop, whereas the oxygen will therefore be up there. So going down is always tougher on them than going up, but that's okay. Hey, there we go. Okay. So that's our algae terrarium, planter box, ration box, and compost. So, right off the bat, I do want compost going, and I want that kind of out of the way because it's going to make polluted dirt. So maybe what we'll do is I'll just plunk in out here, let's say. And let's get some temporary food going. Where do I want that? Maybe just down here. Yeah. I don't remember how many mealwoods it takes per dupe, so hopefully that's enough. Yeah, we'll just dig that up and plunk in planter box, let them do it that way. And I'll leave these ones here. I guess these have got to come up as well, because they're just going to get zapped anyway as soon as I dig this part out. But that's okay. Alright, things are looking good so far. get the absolute basics going. As I mentioned in the RimWorld video, I haven't 100% decided on what the video lengths are going to be, whether they're going to be kind of long, kind of short. I haven't decided on the schedule yet either. All that is TBD, to be determined. For now, though, I am going to let this be a bit of a shorter episode. I just wanted to basically get the world set up, get all the dupes going, and all that, and then get this up on YouTube and see how the sound is. Because I had ran some basic sound tests just using local files, and it sounded okay to me, but I'm not sure how it's going to sound by the time it goes through YouTube's various editings and compressions and all that happy nonsense that I'm not even going to pretend to understand. But anyway, I'm going to call it there for right now, so hopefully you have enjoyed this little setup, and if you did, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you would. All that stuff would be great, especially on early episodes, because that helps YouTube know that you're actually liking the stuff. And otherwise, I will see you in another episode. Have a good one. Bye now.